As Jack Webb used to say on the old Dragnet show, this is the city, Kennewick, Washington. This is the main drag along Kennewick Avenue. At one time, this was a really thriving business community downtown. As you can see, now it's being revitalized a little bit. Some of the old facades are being taken off of buildings and replaced with the original brickwork and so forth. I'll just kind of pan around a little bit. And there's the old church. I'm not sure which denomination that is, but it's a very old historic church in downtown Kennewick. The branding iron. Now back in the 70s and 80s, I spent a lot of hours in there. At that time it was called the Stakeout, and it was a country music bar, very popular with the single set. In fact, it was often just called a meat market. Remember when all of the JCPenney stores were in downtown, in your town? Well, this is the old JCPenney building in downtown Kennewick. I'm not sure when it closed. When I first came down here in 1976, it housed the Modern Business College. I'm going to walk down Benton Street just a little ways and show you where I used to work. Not a very imposing building. When I first came down here in August of 1976, this building housed KOTY radio. It was a 1,000-watt AM radio station, played country music. A couple of years later, we added an FM station, also housed in this building, called KXDD. And back in the 80s, they changed the call letters of that FM station to K-Hawk, and it was an automated country station. Spent a lot of hours in this place. So I kind of move over here, zoom in a little bit. That was the window to the control room, and I used to love to sit there and flirt with the girls from the Modern Business College right next door as they walked down to school. Just another long shot down towards the end of Kennewick Avenue. Actually, it's not quite the end. It does make a jut over to the right and then carries on through. That building at the end used to be a restaurant called the Satellite. And after the bars closed, a lot of people went down there and had breakfast. Here's another old movie theater building. At one time owned by the Sterling Entertainment Group. After the movie theater closed, it was vacant for many years, and then Sterling bought up some radio stations here in the Tri-Cities, KALA and OK95. And they moved the operations into this building. Now they are housed with my old radio stations in the same office suite up near Columbia Center, the shopping mall. I used to live in this building. I believe it was built about 1908. There used to be a plaque that said the year, but I noticed that it's disappeared. I had an apartment right up there, and this window up here was the kitchen. I remember a drunk biker trying to get his way from there over to my kitchen one night, and it would have been a long drop. Boom. My apartment was right up there, and then there was another apartment up there. It was mine was all furnished, and I think it cost me about $125 a month. It had just been recently refurbished. Big, lovely living room, new carpet, the whole thing. Imagine getting a place like that now. Downstairs, well, I don't know what's in there now. And the rumor is that this building originally was a saloon, and the upstairs was a brothel, servicing The men on the railroad, which is right across Canal Drive over here. And it can get noisy around 4 o'clock in the morning when the railroad cars start switching. Now here's one of the local businesses in downtown Kennewick that hasn't been run out by the big box stores. Farmers Exchange, established in 1924. You can buy lawnmowers, have them serviced here, lawn tractors, all sorts of stuff. And in their main store, you can buy all sorts of lawn and garden supplies and farm supplies. Need a part for your lawnmower? They can probably find it for you. Well, not all mom and pop businesses go out of business when the big malls and box stores open up in an area. Washington Furniture and Hardware has been a fixture in downtown Kennewick for many, many years. And you can get the personalized service that you want here that you can't get in a big box store. As soon as you walk in the door, someone is there to greet you, help you find what you need, and get you out the door. Prices, about the same as you find in the big box stores. They not only sell hardware, but they also sell very nice furniture. And this is another view of the old Roxy Theater building, which houses the antique store. They've done a lot of work renovating the building and making it look nice. O. Henry's, another fixture in downtown Kennewick. Soup, sandwiches, lunch mostly. The original owner had this building for many, many years. Back in the 70s, when I was working at KOTY Radio, we used to give a birthday pie away every day to some lucky person from O. Henry's. This is the Cable Bridge. It's got another name too, but I'm not sure I remember it. I believe it's the Ed Hendler Memorial Bridge. That's Kennewick over there. And as we pan around, this replaces an old, very narrow, very dangerous bridge connecting Kennewick and Pasco, and it was opened in the late 1970s, and it's quite an engineering feat, and that's Pasco over there. Off in the distance, you can see what is called the Blue Bridge, another bridge connecting Kennewick and Pasco. And of course, this is the Columbia River. I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit. I'm several miles away. This bridge is 4 lanes because of the arch. It can be a very dangerous bridge. You really have to watch the traffic in front of you because there are a lot of accidents that happen on it, and most of them are rear-enders. I'm shooting this from a place called Clover Island. And just for fun, that's the Clover Island Inn. It's a motel, restaurant, and meeting facility. So whatever happened to downtown Kennewick, downtown Pasco, downtown Richmond, downtown America? Well, this. It all moved out of downtown into malls, and strips like this one. Oh, and did I mention that we've got 3 Walmarts in the Tri-Cities? One in Kennewick, one in Pasco, and one in Richland.